South Africans with Tamil roots will know that the people of Tamil Nadu are preparing for the Festival of Pongal, which involves plenty of colour and feasting.
Pongal actually means boiling over or overflowing, doesn't it?
That's right, and Yudhika shows us how to make a delicious traditional rice pudding.
Pongal is a 4-day festival celebrated in southern India. It's a Tamilian Thanksgiving celebrating nature's harvest. On my menu today, we've got Tamarind Brinjal curry, and then to go with that, a creamy traditional payasam. Now the ingredients for the payasam are vermicelli, some flaked almonds, sugar, sago, butter, some water, grated coconut, cardamom pods and cinnamon stick, fresh cream, condensed milk and full cream milk. Now first ingredient going into the pan, we've got the cinnamon stick and the cardamom pods. And just dry fry these in a hot pan. Next in goes the vermicelli. Now these tend to almost pop out the pan, so just grab them and gently grate them. Now sometimes the vermicelli is fried in butter. I prefer to dry roast these and add butter later, so it prevents the butter from actually burning. Almost there. Now the vermicelli started to go golden brown, and now in goes the butter. Love that sizzle of the butter. This looks golden and buttery. Next ingredient going in, grated coconut. I like fresh coconut. If you don't have fresh coconut, you can just use 2 tablespoons of desiccated coconut in this recipe. Next, in goes the water. Next, in goes the sago. This has been lightly rinsed. Now let this simmer. I'm going to lower the heat until the water evaporates. The mixture's thickened up, time to add the milk. Stir that through. Simmer this until the mixture thickens and the vermicelli is tender. Use a thick bottom pot and stir every now and then to make sure the mixture doesn't stick and burn. I'm leaving this on a low heat and getting on with the tamarind brinjal. And the ingredients are some sliced brinjal, we've got tomatoes, onions, curry leaves, cumin seeds, red chili powder, cumin, coriander and garam masala, some turmeric as well, garlic, tamarind, we've got some chopped coriander, sunflower oil. Now to start out with, you slice the brinjals. I've sweated these already, which means just slice them and sprinkle over some salt. Leave them for about 30 minutes. Now just use paper towel and wipe them dry. Now the reason you sweat brinjals is to get rid of those bitter juices, but also they absorb less oil when they're fried, and we are going to fry these for this recipe. Now you can rinse these off, but once you fry them, they're going to splutter a bit. So I just wipe them dry. A Tamilian brinjal curry is absolutely delicious. It's cooked with a thick tomato sauce with tamarind in it, curry leaves, fresh coriander. It's fiery and it's delicious. Let's fry these off. Now let's pop the brinjals into the sunflower oil. Turn up the heat. I'm going to fry these until they turn golden brown, so they hold their shape in that lovely sauce. These are almost ready, and when they're brown, they have a lovely caramelized flavor on the outside. And just keep moving them around until they're evenly browned. Let's get them out of the pan and leave them aside. I'm going to reheat the oil and cook the sauce in the same pan. Those look golden and delicious. Now, cumin seeds going in. As soon as they start to splatter, add the chopped onion. And now add salt. About a teaspoon and a bit going in. My favorite herb, curry leaves. Saute the onion until they soften and they start to go light golden brown. Adding some garlic. This is freshly crushed garlic. I've just pounded it with a pestle. Next, in goes the red chili powder. On top of the onion so it doesn't hit the oil and burn. Stir that through for a few seconds, so about 3 to 5 seconds. Next, in goes the tomato. Adding the cumin, coriander, garam masala and turmeric. Now lower the heat and let that simmer until the tomatoes soften. In the meantime, let's check on the paisam. That's thickened up. It looks beautiful. And the sago bits have turned into what we used to call froggy eggs as kids. Now, let's add sugar. Some almonds. I'm reserving some for the end, and I've toasted these lightly as well, just to get more flavor. And now, condensed milk. This is rich, it's sweet, it's creamy, one of my favorites. Leave this to simmer for about 10 minutes on a low heat. Back to the brinjals. The sauce has thickened up beautifully. The riper the tomato, the better the flavor. Now tamarind going in. This is just tamarind dissolved in boiling water. Bring this up to the boil, and remember to add tamarind only once the tomatoes have softened, or they won't soften at all. The sauce is ready. Let's pop the brinjals in. The brinjal's already cooked through. It just needs a minute or two to soak up those lovely flavors. It's a really thick sauce, just to coat those brinjal pieces. Fresh coriander now going on top. You can also add some curry leaves if you like. We're ready to serve. First the paisam. It's creamy, the vermicelli is softened, it's thick and delicious. This reminds me of going visiting in Durban. Now, some almonds going on top. Now for the brinjal. Scoop that into a bowl. I love a spicy, thick sauce. And this one has coriander and curry leaves, my favorite herbs. Let's serve this. This is my Pongal-inspired feast. I've got the tamarind brinjal. I'm serving that with some pilau rice with brown onion and lentils. I've also got a bit of tamarind in there. I'm serving that with coconut chutney. The paisam, I'm serving that with fried papadums. It's creamy, it's crunchy at the same time, and absolutely delicious.
Wow, that looked like the kind of pudding that had me begging for seconds. But there's also something universal about the message of Pongal, especially when it comes to sharing the bounty with everyone.
Absolutely true. But Michelle, would you share your pudding with anyone unless they were really hungry?
That's going to be a real test of my generosity, especially if Utica had made it.
What a dilemma.